Have you dreamed of bigger things for your life? Then you are in the right place. Each week, you will be given tips on how to change your inner dialogue, conquer your goals, and ways to step into a higher version of yourself. I'm your host, Lauren Kubat. I'm a motivational speaker who hosts personal development events. I'm a sought-after fitness instructor, a wife, and a mom of 2 young boys. I'm obsessed with all things personal development, and I believe anyone can achieve the life they want. Let the Become Your Vision podcast be the inspiration you need to step into greater things. Now let's go. Hello guys, how are you? It has been an interesting week and a half, 10 days, and we will get into all of that in a second. Today's title is called If You're Feeling Like Not Enough. Unless I change that. But anyway, we're talking about feeling like not enough. We're talking about self-love. And I got to tell you, self-love is a daily job. It's not something, you do once and hey, you're done. And I think this year of COVID and being home and having more time on our hands makes it even harder to self-love. Have any of you seen the movie 50 First Dates? It's with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, and they're like dating, and then Drew gets in an accident. I forget what happens, but she loses all her memory and doesn't remember her boyfriend, or maybe it's her husband, Adam Sandler. So every day he tries to get her to notice him and like him. And then once he gets her to trust him and show interest, he shows her a video of their love. And, then she's like, oh my gosh, I love you too, and blah, blah, blah. But then the next day, all his work from the prior day is erased, and he has to do it all again the next day and the next day and the next day. And I feel like that's what self-love, what self-appreciation, self-acceptance is. Like each day you start all over, and it takes a ton of work to put ourselves in the right headspace. Like it takes some time to believe that like, oh, I'm unique and nobody else is like me, and I'm worthy of great things, and I'm a nice person and loved and have amazing things to offer to this universe, That takes a lot of work, and I'll be honest with you, I struggled with content for this week because I didn't want to share my current feelings with you for a number of reasons. And the first thing being, I am actually a pretty private person, and I know I talk to you weekly and sometimes I get deep, and but it's hard for me to talk about my feelings with people. I just kind of like want to brush over some things sometimes, okay? And I keep like my real emotions for those that are, really close to me. And another reason I struggle is like I feel I'm saying like a lot, like an imposter. Each week I give you advice on how to step into your vision and become your vision, yet I am struggling. So I have this sense of feeling like a fraud because I can't take my own advice, and I'm either doing all the things I preach and it's not working, or I don't have the energy to even do the things that I know will make me feel better. And I also struggled with sharing this with you because I know when I go back to work and my routine, I will feel much better. But there will still be personal work that needs to be done. And even though I might be better, maybe you are in a point where your routine won't change and you're homeschooling your kids and you're working from home, or you're trying to find a job. And it just seemed trivial to give you fitness tips this week when I'm in a different headspace. And who knows, maybe next week I may want to talk about fitness tips and nutrition tips and all the things that I love, but this week it didn't feel right. So let me give you some background. About 2 weeks ago, my husband started having these symptoms, and he actually got tested for COVID, and ding, 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 has it. And he's still going through it. And I didn't get tested because I just assumed I would get it. I have it. I had it, whatever. And so he has got the brunt of it. And when people ask me, like, well, how are you feeling? Mostly I'm feeling fine. I have this stuffy nose. Maybe you could tell from my voice, but he's had nausea. I've had a little bit of nausea. He's had lightheadedness and dizziness. I haven't had that. I had achiness in the very beginning. He had chills the first several days of COVID. What else? Oh, we've lost our sense of smell and taste. He lost it before me, and then I today I couldn't taste a thing. And before I would think like, oh, that's not so bad, you can't taste things, you're just going to eat everything nutritious, you won't have all the cravings. It's not all cracked up to be, in your head of what you think it's going to be, like not being able to taste. I want to freaking taste my damn chocolate, okay? I do. I want to. But so most of you know that I'm a group fitness instructor, and we had a quarantine. We couldn't go anywhere or do anything like most of the country still is. But in Charleston, if you're not in this area, things are they're pretty normal, more normal here than anywhere else. And I have a lot of family in Chicago and friends in Chicago, and that's where we're from. And it's so different there. Very, very different. But, we still wear masks here when we go shopping, but restaurants are still open for indoor seating. You wear your mask in, and once you're seated, you can take it off. Some sporting events are open, like we went to a hockey game recently where you had to wear your mask, but it's pretty normal for the most part. And last year, 2020, from St. Patrick's Day to June, everything shut down. I wasn't working. I was at home with the kids. Couldn't go anywhere. You know the story. But ever since June, I'm recording this January 2021. My life has gone back to normal. Besides Tom, that's my husband, working from home, which he enjoys. But when you take someone's routine and the ability to go out and do things that you enjoy and visit people you love, you're left with these raw emotions. And I remember after Tom found out he had COVID, I didn't freak out. I had complete faith that we would be okay. I did worry about the fact that we'd have to quarantine, just like, in the summer, and couldn't do anything with the kids. And maybe that's ass backwards, but that's how I felt. And I was more worried about our mental health rather than the physical, because I remember how I was feeling mentally during all of this last year. But then I had the thought I was going to use this time as an opportunity to do all the things I've been putting off, and I made a list of all the things I would do. Do you want to know how far I got in completing those things? Half of one. I did half of one from a list of about 8 things. And I know I'm not the only one who does this, but so anyway, I'm one of those people, take away my routine and my emotions get gloomy very fast. It's like 0 to 100 real quick, okay? My feelings are very high maintenance. And when I'm working, though, I don't have so many negative emotions. I enjoy my job, and not being able to do it, even for a short amount of time, brings me down. And what it looks like when the boys and I don't go to the gym is a lot of emotions. They're 2 and 4, and they require a lot of attention, and it's constant, and they behave with me a certain way than they do with Tom or other adults. And if you're a mom, you just know. They tune me out. They don't always listen the best, and it can be frustrating. And that is not to say that I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, of course, I would like them to listen a little bit more. But I freaking love those boys more than anything in this entire world. And they bring us so much joy and love, but that doesn't mean it's not hard. And they don't like being out of a routine either. They like seeing their friends and interacting with other people. So they feel off too. And what happens is when they don't listen and they're fighting with each other or they don't like a game I actually mustered the energy up to create, leaves me drained. And the fighting and yelling with each other causes me to yell. And then I feel this tremendous guilt, like I'm a bad mom. And it's another thing I add to the list of things that I'm not proud of. And it becomes a nightly review after the kids go to bed of everything I didn't do right, or, all the reasons I'm not good enough. So I'm going to give you a thought dump that I did. It's some thoughts that I have when I'm not in a good space. And it's almost like a journal entry or poem. It felt very therapeutic to get it out there. But before I get into that, I will share the review of the week. This one is called Truly a Breath of Fresh Air. It's from Jess Kennedy, 1983. She says, after listening to Lauren's podcast, it's very clear that she's someone who wants better for you. She's someone who's devoted to inspiring you, encouraging you, and who's genuinely wanting to push you towards your goals and dreams you may have otherwise be ignoring. And she goes on. And thank you so much. These reviews make me feel like I am good enough, and this podcast is actually helping. So thank you so much. Okay, so here goes the journal entry or poem. It's called The Feeling of Not Enough. Okay. A good morning looks like waking up before the kids do, grabbing a cup of coffee, writing out the things I'm grateful for in my journal, setting my intentions, and getting ready for the day while listening to a podcast on how to step into my greatness. After I've applied my makeup, it's time for my daily defining moment. This is the moment that I will be celebrating all day or be in constant battle with. This is the moment where I'll either have more freedom to eat the things I want or will obsess over the food that won't cause me to retain water. So tomorrow, when I go through the weighing again, I'll hopefully weigh less than I do today. Okay, here goes. Okay. Damn it. Up a pound. Okay, it's okay. It's just water weight. You don't look any different than you do yesterday, but you are farther from having visible lower abs. Now begins the chase of doing more, becoming better, and to shed the parts of me that make me not enough. It's time to step into a higher vision of myself. It's time to make moves that will make me happier, healthier, and wealthier. Yet I know chasing the future and a better version of myself puts a dim light on everything that is currently perfect. The feeling of not enough follows me like a dark cloud. I have moments of bliss, laughter, and gratitude. Then a quick check on Instagram reminds me of everything I'm not. Comparison is the death of all joy, they say, but comparison can be so natural. Look at her thriving business. She's doing better than me. Look at her clean house. How? She has more kids than I do. She's doing better than me. Look at how strong she is and how many pull-ups she can do. She's doing better than me. Look at her perfect makeup, her perfect outfit, her perfect crafts she's doing with her children right before her perfect date with her husband. The highlights I see in front of me now makes it easier to pick myself apart. The standards I hold myself to are far from realistic. I have come so far to go down this road again and again. Is it even real what I'm chasing? I know there will come a day when I want what I currently have right now. My health, kids who want everything to do with me, including following me to the bathroom, a house full of noise and love, and young skin is a pro too. I don't have many wrinkles. I am so freaking lucky. Yet I feel like I can be better if I just try harder. Life can be monotonous, so I break up the monotony by chasing the next thing. Sometimes I feel so motivated to achieve, while other times I just want to binge watch murder mysteries. But how can I be successful when it's a tug of war between what I want to do versus what I think I should do? Has social media created this delusion that my life should be better? And I'm all for better, but what does better look like? I know that happiness doesn't come from things, accolades, likes, or having the perfect body. It comes from experiences and those I love. It comes from the stillness and adoring everything that is true right now. It comes from knowing that it is a miracle I have a beating heart. It comes from realizing how damn lucky I am and all that I do have. Why isn't that enough? Why isn't this enough? But I am enough. I am more than enough. What if we take all that we think we know about the perfect life and redefine it based on our personal needs and desires? Can we still want to improve our lives and ourselves, but also love everything that already is? Okay, so that was my journal entry. I want to have more open conversations with you. I also want to share an Instagram account with you that you need to know of if you are judging your body. I found this account right before I recorded this, and it honestly made me feel so much better about myself. It's at, on Instagram, Jennifer West Official. Jennifer West Official. And she's in the fitness industry. She's beautiful and she shows her imperfections. And it makes me feel good to see others who are fit and still have cellulite and stretch marks. It makes me feel normal and allows me to judge myself less. And it makes me realize that no matter how many squats I do, I will still have stretch marks on my booty and thighs and cellulite. And it's totally normal. Even, beautiful, fit people have these things. It's normal. So there you have it. Please message me on Instagram or Facebook, tag me, or write a review if this resonated with you. I would like to know if you struggle with these same things and thoughts, and I want to be real with you and open and have more conversations like this. We are in this together, and remember, you got this.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you love this episode, make sure you are subscribed so you know when more episodes come available. My goal is to inspire others to become their vision, and one way to get the word out is with reviews. I would really appreciate it if you left an honest review on iTunes, and it would mean so much to me. Thanks again, and remember to go after the life you want. Bye, guys.